Hey folks, welcome to something a little bit different. American Truck Simulator. I don't know if this is going to turn into a series or not, but we are at the start of a brand new career and I've been loving playing this game. So I thought I'd give it a try. We'll see how it goes. We're starting off up in Montana. I've got a bunch of the DLC maps installed. I've got some of the DLCs installed. I've got some mods installed. I can't remember what they are. If this works, I'll maybe share them on Discord or whatever if folks are interested. So this is our very first mission. We've got to deliver this thingy, not very far. So let's jump in the cab and we'll try to get started. I tend to try and play in cab if I can, and normally I will play with the kind of the quick menu up, but I figured it might be a better experience if I don't on this, but I might have to because I kind of might struggle like I am at the moment. So I am just going to throw it up here just so I can see where I'm going. Disclaimer: if you are a serious ATS fan player, or I guess ETS fan player, this is not the content for you. I am a very casual player, very much a noob at playing this game, and I am doing this for enjoyment. I will make mistakes. I will not do things the correct way. So yeah, if you're here for super realistic stuff in a truck, this is not the place. I'm playing on a controller, not with a steering wheel, and yeah, I don't know why, but I've been really enjoying playing this game. So I've been playing predominantly much further south than Montana. So I've been playing down in Arizona, and which bugger all visibility looking that way. I've changed the field of view a bit, and I feel very far back. Actually, it's just maybe seat position. Left stick. No, that moves us that way. That moves us forwards a bit. Maybe that'll be better. I am mega noob at this, and maybe should have put more time into getting set up. But I had the opportunity to jump on and start playing, and the best way to get making content in a new game sometimes is to just start playing, because the longer you worry about getting it right, the less you're actually gonna play sometimes, is what I find. Yeah, this extra wide field of view looks maybe kind of weird. I don't know. That is a bit better. That is a bit better. So yeah, we've only got 44-mile journey. I think the first mission traditionally is quite short, just to get you kind of bedded in. We need to be a much higher gear. I do like a Peterbilt. I do like a Peterbilt. So as I say, I've been playing this a fair bit over. We've just had the very long weekend in the UK. I had a very long weekend. Cruise control. I had a 5.5 day weekend. So been playing a reasonable amount and made a half decent bit of progress. But I figured I would start from the start. and I think kind of the standard advice starting out is to kind of focus on accessing the long distance stuff. Now I've played a little bit of ETS2. I'm playing ATS. And I think that was always the advice with that as well. Now, obviously, being in the States, you can go a really long way. I've done some thousand. I think my longest journey is about 1,200 miles, which is crazy for not leaving the country. But hey, we've got some stories that we'll share as we go of my trips to the States, assuming that we keep playing this series. But traditionally, it seems to be that the advice is that it's better to focus on developing your long distance skill so that you can access those long distance contracts because they pay better. But with making content, a really long journey is kind of not so great because it becomes harder to can't see where my cruise control is on here. It becomes harder to then where's my words? My words have gone. It becomes harder to either show you the whole journey or have the time to turn it into a video. So what I think I'm going to do initially, so that I can try and progress without having to do like monumental 1,000-mile journeys, is maybe look at developing some of the other skills which gives us access to some of the higher paying contracts, but keeping the journey shorter. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. You can tell me it's a really dumb idea, because I'm sure a bunch of you have played these games more than I have. I was asking I'm sure some of you watch my farming related content. I was asking in some of those videos, how do I make videos of a trucking game? And I've watched a little bit of Peanut, because his stuff cropped up farming crops. And I watched a bit of former WWE star Mr. Farouk. I watched a little bit of his ETS2 content just to try and get an idea of what I should be doing. And yeah, I think mostly the idea is we ramble away while we drive a truck. Stop signs are a mystery, aren't they? Four-way stop signs. As a Brit, I've got to say, the first few times I encountered four-way stop signs in the States were a challenge. Let's go with they were a challenge. Once you've done them a few times, they kind of make sense as long as you're paying attention. If you approach a four-way stop sign and you're half asleep, you're kind of screwed. But if you're paying attention, they make sense. You just watch as to who gets to the junction before you, and you're good. Brakes are so brutal in this game. I don't know if I've got them just set as whatever the default is, whether they need turning down a little bit. I don't know. I kind of like it because sometimes I'm not paying attention and the NPCs drive a little bit ropily. So, yeah. But yeah, they kind of make sense to me. They do kind of make sense in a way. Let's just I am going to put it back up just to get us into the delivery point. But yeah, stop signs mystery. One thing I do like, the turning right on a red light. The turning right on a red light. I don't think the game actually lets you do that. But one of the mods I have installed is one of the police ones, which does disable some of the automatic things, which I think sort of lets you do it, because if there's not a camera there, you don't get the traffic offences for traffic lights. As long as there's not a camera or a cop, so you then can turn right on a red light. So, yeah. Like, I kind of got fed up of some of the automated fining of stuff, so yeah. I thought we'd put that in. Straight ahead. Yeah, because it's a no left turn. Come on. Open her up. Let's go. Do like this. I do like a Peterbilt. Do like a Peterbilt. And here we go. And there we go. It's a nice looking mission there. So I will, a lot of the time, attempt the harder park. But not always. And I will attempt to do them in cab. Unless things are going horrendously badly. Now, Farm Sim fans will know that my driving skills are redonkulously awesome. So, you know, this will take but a matter of moments. But I kind of like the challenge sometimes. Obviously, we don't try and reverse any kind of double trailer because we're not a masochist. But, you know. Normal trailers, we will attempt to do the more complex park, certainly early on, to get the extra experience points, because you kind of need them at this point. So, yeah. And I'm not an expert at any of this stuff, so yeah. Very, very much winging it completely. God, that mirror is small. Need me glasses on. I've got me glasses on. Need bigger glasses. Yeah. I think I'm missing that. But what we'll do is we'll kick it in, and then I'll approach it from the other side, because then I can at least hang out the window and see what I'm doing. Because I think it would be good to try and do the first parking cab at least. I thought we got rid of you. Where's me parking space? Where's me parking space? Oh, there's a trailer there. Let's pull forwards. We might not be a billion miles off. We're a bit off, but not a billion miles off. Yes, I will probably turn the wheel the wrong, well, the joystick the wrong way several times. This is a learning experience for us all. And if you're curious, I do have a wheel. I just can't be bothered to get it out for doing this kind of stuff. And I quite enjoy using it, a controller. So yeah, call me a heathen if you want. Gaming is for fun. Or we're very close. If you like Austin Powers movies, you will like me trying to park trailers. Yep. If you're a fan of the Austin Powers movies, me parking trailers is pretty similar. Oh, so close. Is it good enough for government work? I don't think it is, you know. Let's just pull forwards a little bit. And, oh, I made that worse, haven't I? Not better. And I'm continuing to make it worse. Put your brain in. Reverse parking and talking, I will say, is infinitely harder. So, yes, there is that. That hopefully will get me across. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. 100% absolutely perfect parking. Job's a good one. That on, that done. I don't know why I'm decoupling it. It's their freaking truck. It's not mine. Excellent. I am awesome. See, it almost doubles your, well, not doubles, but you know, an extra 50% on the XP. So definitely worth doing at that point. So, and there is our headquarters. So pretty awesome. Yeah. Good luck thanking you. So we don't have a truck at the moment. So we are limited to quick jobs. But interesting. When I did it before, it quite quickly gave me access to some pretty high-paying jobs from the heavy hauling stuff. Now, whether it's just because of where we are, but that's not a bad little payer. Or maybe it's because sort of price per distance. I'll take that. I think we'll wrap it up here for today. But we will take that as our next job. It's, again, not a massively long journey. Great Falls down to Butte, Montana. Yes, I know that's not how it's said, but it's funny. So, yeah, if you've enjoyed this little foray into ATS, oh, there's a farm-related one. That's partly why I wanted to try a different state, because maybe we'll pick up some different stuff. But yeah, let me know if you've enjoyed this. We will take that job. And I assume we are already hooked up. Oh, jeepers. I'm telling you now, bud. That's supposed to be a Canadian accent. We aren't backing that thing into anything. But yeah, that's what we will be rocking next time. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, stick them down below. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. And I will see you guys next time.